Just going to do huge things for this podcast because we're joined by the first special guest of the entire season of this show, Adam Rone.
Wow,
you may know him as Rone. He's actually a co-host of this podcast.
Yeah.
But today we're not talking to Rone, the fantasy expert. We're talking to Rone, the battle rapper. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm good, man. I am but days away from my return to battle rap. I haven't battle rap since 2017 in April, I think, or something like that. And now it is 2019, the end of the year. Maybe it was, I think it's been like damn near 2 years. 2 years plus since I battle rapped.
So where and when, at what time is this battle rap going on, and how can people buy it?
So the entire event is called Town Business 2 in Oakland. It's going down into town.
Or
business.
It's
Town business.
Spelled out
business. Like it's business. That's how they do it in the town. It's different. It's not business. Business isn't being conducted, but it's going to be Town Business 2 in Oakland, and it's going to be this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. There'll be battles all days, both days. It's an incredible card. They're saying it's the biggest event that King of the Dot has ever thrown, and it's my return to battle rap. There's some other people that are making their returns to battle rap. 2 days of just badass battles, and my battle is going to be on the second day. So Sunday you'll be able to watch my battle, KOTDTV.com. You can watch it live and catch that pay-per-view.
Where are you in the lineup? Are you like one of the main draws?
Yeah, I'd say I'm like the main draw. There's like there's one battle that's ahead of me on the card. There's a guy named Disaster going against another guy who has been away from battle rap for longer than I have, a guy named SoulCon, who I battled in a 2-on-2 battle in like New York in 2010. I've been battle rapping for a fucking long ass time, obviously.
That's one of my questions. That's actually my second question. My first question is, how long into your first viewing of 8 Mile did you know battle rap was going to be a passion of yours?
Not at all. I watched 8 Mile and I didn't think about being a battle rapper once. I wasn't interested in battle rap at all. I like Eminem just like any other rapper. I didn't like him like more than any other rapper. I wasn't obsessed with Eminem. I wasn't obsessed with 8 Mile. And I watched the movie, but I wasn't like, this is for me. I need to do this. And he's not what got me into battle rap at all. So I was a long way away. Like in high school, I wasn't even rapping. I wasn't even trying to be a rapper. Like the movie
Were
came out.
you a rap fan?
I liked rap, but like I was listening to like fucking Jack Johnson, John Mayer, and like Maroon 5 in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like the shit I was listening to. I wasn't necessarily bumping like a fucking ton of rap. I was listening to like soft ass shit and like driving around like crying and shit. And so I obviously channeled that angst when I was in college into and it just started by freestyling. And I would watch rap battles online, but people who were actually like doing it, like these little like 5,000 viewed videos and like forums and shit about battle rap.
And obviously, I mean, everyone freshman year freestyles. That's like a rite of passage at any college.
Facts.
But you actually, it's like it's kind of like dance, like weddings when like there's a dance circle and then everyone wants people to go in, but it realizes like no one's actually a good dancer. You actually showed some promise in those. Like, were you actually doing those and realized like you actually might be better than like an average Joe at doing this? Like, was there anything where you're like, oh, actually easy for me?
Yeah, there was like a couple like parties where we were like standing around a keg and like older. It was like my freshman year, like pretty early on, and like a bunch of older dudes were freestyling. That was like the first time I remember like. It was like a frat's older house, and like some of my buddies were like trying to pledge this frat, get me to pledge this frat. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. But they're like, come over to this house, like, and we like freestyle with the kids, and like I guess they thought I was pretty good. And then I brought it back to my friends, started doing it some with my friends, and I guess I was just like better than my friends at the time. But I also just watched so much more battle rap that it was like it's like I'm studying this whole time. It's like I'm learning how people rap and how people battle rap, and like I had things that I did that I liked. Like I was thinking about rhyming more than one syllable at a time because that's what these dudes who I was watching were doing. So I was like, oh, let me be more complex with the rhymes. And then so someone who's listening, that's a little bit more sonically pleasing. So I was doing little technical things to give me like a leg up.
Which in the college freestyle game is like massive. It's
all
more
you
than
need.
A leg up, yeah. When was your first actual battle?
My first battle was supposed to be on my 21st birthday. It was supposed to be on the exact day of my 21st birthday. And I went to Rockaway Beach, New York, to my boy Spud's house, and we fucking got shit-faced for my birthday. I remember I fell off of, like, the front stoop of the bar that we were at, like the wharf in Rockaway Beach or some shit, and, like, busted my face open. I was like, oh, shit, am I going to get freestyled about this at this event? And so I went to this battle the next day, and the guy no-showed. And I was like, fuck this. I was furious. I said some choice words about him on camera. So 1 month later, we rescheduled at the next Grind Time event, and I had my first rap battle.
How'd it go?
I fucking won, bro. I fucking crushed it. Everyone was like, who the fuck is this dude? But I'd actually battled against that dude Charles Hamilton in some, like, it had gone viral on World Star, but that wasn't like a scheduled rap battle. That wasn't like I'm squaring off against someone purposefully to rap battle. That was more like a cipher at the end of the show. But since I've been watching so much rap battles, I like rap to him as like a battler would. So my like natural rhymes would just be disses. The things that I naturally thought up would be like incisive or directed at someone.
You went viral on World Star how many times?
It was like early on in World Star, and it was
old World Star was just a free for all.
It was crazy. So my first video probably did like 600,000 views, which at the time was like crazy. But it was like Charles Hamilton was like the godfather of internet rap. Like, he was the first one on MySpace. He was the first one doing all these, like, promoting everything on the internet. So he was, anything with his name in it on World Star blew up. And so my first video was about that, and then I did like a response video, and it was like, kid who battled Charles Hamilton has his response or whatever. And so that was my first time like rapping on camera to a beat.
Why do they call you the wedding rapper?
Someone called me a wedding rapper.
That's a diss?
No, that I was in this movie that I was in, Bodied. I like played a character who, in his battle, dressed up as a groom, and like I was battle rapping a girl, and I like proposed to her in the battle. That was like
so that's a character you played in the movie.
It was a character I played in the movie. Yeah, well, it's not. It sounds like a fucking super diss. It sounds like hard hit. One time I went viral on World Star, and they labeled me as hard hitting poet destroys fat dude. And so for like 3 years in fucking battle rap, people were like, yeah, hard hitting poet's fucking killing it right now.
Damn, that's like white wide receivers when it's like sneaky fast. Like,
right, exactly. You got a high motor. Exactly. But it was like it didn't bother me at all. Like, it wasn't like necessarily a diss. It's like someone who was trying to be super hard, and you like started calling them like a poet or something. It might bother them, but it didn't bother me.
How many battles have you done in lifetime? What number battles?
Probably it's in the 40s. Probably would be my guess. There's like a list online, but then there's been like I've done like some tournaments and shit like that where I battled multiple people in one day, and some of that stuff isn't on camera. But most of it's not judged, so it's like I can't even get an accurate representation of my record because so many people don't like to have their battle raps judged. They don't want to be able to say that they took a loss on camera, and so they just have let everybody walk away thinking that they won, which is kind of shitty.
Would you say there was a prime, like through this battle where you really like
there was
firing
times
on all cylinders?
There were definitely a couple like super hot streaks I had. There was like a time when I battled this like Norwegian dude back in like the same month as this huge dude from California, which was the first time battle rap was ever on pay-per-view. I like headlined an event against this guy named Awkwards, and there was a guy named Nils who I battled like right then. And then like in 2015 I went on like a crazy hot streak where like battlerap.com was like, it ranked me as like the best battle rapper in the world. They were like talking about me after battles like I battled this dude named Thesaurus, and they're like, this proves why he's like the best in the world right now or whatever. So that's when I battled this dude Big T, Thesaurus, I battled like it started with a battle against my second one against DNA that was just like a real end of 14, start of 15. I was super hot. And then when you're the champion, like you have to do something to build up to that. And so like when you're the champion, you're not like the hottest in the world because you can only do the title matches pretty much. But that was like another time when it was like top of the game.
When did you got recognition from Drake, correct?
Yeah, that was at
he's a battle rap fan, and he
like came through one of the events. He was like at like the first row of like a press conference I was doing or whatever. He was like asking questions, and like I interviewed him, and he was just like
and they're like, are they like long, like rough and rowdy, like just quick like press conference like boxing, or is it more like?
No, it's like you sit up there, but at the time, no one who was going up there was like being funny or like trying to, or even being over the top. They were just answering their questions like reservedly and like just honest short answers, and I would go up there and like one of the first questions
promos.
I was cutting promos. One of the first questions of the press conference Drake was at, and like they were like, "Do you feel good going in this battle?" I was like, "Yeah, I feel fucking great going in this battle. Only way I could feel better is if I had a third dick." I was like, "Yeah, I know what you're thinking," and like everyone was just dying from the implication that I already had 2 penises. But I just looked at, especially the press conferences. I was always known for like shutting down press conferences and just like saying like wild shit to people who would try and like give you a hard time with questions or whatever. Just I looked at it differently.
Judged or not, what is the craziest, like, because I feel like people think battle rap, they think like like everyone always has like that image of just like the reactions. It's almost like the reactions are better than the actual, like sometimes reactions to battle raps are funnier than whatever words are even said.
Yeah.
What is the best crowd reaction you've ever got?
The first time that early on, like my second battle, I battled against this guy named Prophet, and I had like this build up at the end where I was
he's a big one, right?
He wasn't even it was a big battle in my career, but he's not a big name. He kind of petered off after that. But I was like, if you were a Prophet, you would have known this was coming. And like people like sprinted out of the building. They left the building.
See, you suck awfully, but I got a lot of boss in me. Shit, I get brain while I give lobotomies. I know everything from soccer teams to copping trees. I've read every one of Socrates' philosophies. So how the fuck you topping me? How the fuck you stopping me? Prophet, please make me a prophecy. And if you can't, it's okay. We won't hold you to nothing. I'm just saying, if you were a prophet, you would have known this was coming.
It was still in really small rooms in like the back of skinny New York bars at the time. But then like later on, like maybe the next year, I went to California, and like it was the first time I think I battled on a stage in front of a room full of people against this Australian dude named 360, and that was like a real like moment where everybody at the end of the round, everybody like it was like I said something like "Welcome to America," like "Go fuck yourself" or some shit like that. Like I had this long like scheme about like being American, and fucking the whole crowd like threw their hands up in the air and were just like screaming. Like he had gone first. My reaction was bigger than his. Like it was just like holy shit. Like that's a different level of moment.
That's amazing. Is preparation for a battle rap? Is it like football where it's like kind of teams do a similar thing, or is it like a formula? Like, is there something you're doing that the other person is doing as well, or is it like individual for each person?
I mean, he's probably like the person I'm going against is this dude named Rone, and he's like he's best known for his like freestyles and rebuttals. So I'm probably gonna have more stuff locked in, and he'll probably have more stuff that he'll try and rebuttal and stuff. But I mean, I think that he's going to be meticulously preparing for this shit. Like he is someone who takes this shit dead seriously, and he doesn't have anything else going on that he's doing. He is only focused on this, and I know for a fact that he is not coming to fucking play around at all. Like he is going to come and really give it his best shot, and like it remains to be seen like whose best shot will be a better best shot, but he is not going to be playing around, and that's why it's a good person to have a comeback against, because he's going to be trying hard.
Do you even think about what, like, I guess, do you have to think about what the other person's going to say to you, or do you just try and focus? Is it like I'm just going to focus on me and do my thing, or like do you have to think of, like, do you have to game plan his strategy as well?
You have to consider what kind of stuff he likes to talk about, what he has talked about in his battles, and then how much he changes what he talks about in his battles. So just because he talked about something once, is he going to talk about that every time, or does he always talk in one certain way? And that's the stuff you have to kind of consider. But I don't have I'm not like, well, what if he talks about this? Like, what if people keep on being like, what if he talks about Barstool? He's gonna have a lot to say about Barstool or whatever. But it's like, what is he gonna call Barstool like misogynistic? One, that's not true, and B, like he's a battle rapper who talks about like raping people's moms and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that, there's definitely more misogyny in that world. And anything else he could talk about with Barstool, it would have to be a lot of exposition, like explaining like this is what happened with this, and like.
And right, I think the main point though in like battle rap is way worse than like it's battle rap. Like people are saying fucked up shit. Like the people that have a bad view of Barstool, that's like in the sense of media and like outward facing like business, like blah blah blah, like that
right. World
does not matter to battle rap. Like they're
not
going to be like, you
At
only
all.
have to woman. Like,
right.
it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a way different lens.
And the things they couldn't say wouldn't be that bad anyway.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm always curious as to what someone's going to say. He does good at making punchlines out of stuff that's related to battle rap. So there might be some stuff that is like relevant to battle rap that he might be able to reference, or he does like local or like current events references very well. So like,
is he also retired, or has he been? Like,
no, he's been doing it actively. He's so he does Wild 'N Out with he's like the token white on Wild 'N Out with Nick Cannon. And he was in this battle rap movie that I was in as well. He had a role in that. Those would be his like extracurricular credits.
I used to like the old guy, the
Mikey
Day. Is he on SNL
yeah,
now?
Mikey Day.
Yes.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
He went from Wild 'N Out to SNL, which is I think he was on Mad TV too at some point.
Yeah, he was funny. I mean, Wild 'N Out's still. I had a realization last year where I was like, Wild 'N Out's still on TV. Like, this is amazing. Like, I
still very on TV.
Yeah, I was like started binge watching it again because I was like, I watched this 10 years ago. Like, I can't believe it's still on TV.
Right. Fucking yeah, they're coming at the same stuff. Nick Cannon is in the turban now. It's like it's a great look, bro. They've all come full circle.
But so he's taking Mikey Day's.
He's like he's good at the freestyle games that they do and like the battle rap games that they do, but also like.
Wow.
Right, exactly. Like the pick up and kill it. Yes. And he's the one that comes out and like, you called me Sharon. You said that I'm corny, but I'm with your mom and I make her horny. Like that kind of shit that he excels at.
Pick up and kill.
Bro, I was going to have some stuff like that. It's a shame that the saddest part about battle raps is the ideas that you have, that you go down the rabbit hole of building the idea and then it doesn't make the cut. And it's just like, I didn't develop that idea enough. I didn't develop that line of thinking enough, or it just isn't as good as the other stuff that I'm making it in. But
how developed does an idea have to be to make it to the final? Like, is there any level of like winging it, or do you just like you have to?
No, there's it's all locked in, and then the fucking reserves are locked in too. So there's
stuff there's a lot of decisions being made.
Yes, the stuff that didn't make it is all the way developed. So it's not even it's ideas are all the way developed, and I see if they work, and if they work around other ideas that I have, or if an idea is just too. If it's redundant, if it doesn't hit as hard as something else, if it doesn't bring certain qualities, you have to leave some ideas on the cutting room floor. It's sad. I feel sad for my little ideas.
Do you spit bars at your girlfriend? You have to, right?
I mean, I'm spitting shit. I basically just go in like the spare bedroom and fucking just walk around in circles because everyone's tired of. I mean, she's tired of hearing it for sure. Fucking, I'm just standing there, fucking saying this shit, saying it to myself on the subway, saying it while I'm exercising, saying it walking around the city in my head, saying it at all. I look like a crazy person. Excuse me. I was sitting on a bench the other day saying it to myself, and I like had walked to like the High Line fucking whatever the High Line, the little fucking walking path. It used to be a subway or whatever the fuck it was, that elevated train. And I was just sitting there on a bench, and all these like European tourists are walking past me, just muttering to myself. I definitely look like a fucking like insane like drug crazed New Yorker or whatever. Like guys are like bringing their girlfriends closer, and like women are clutching their purses thinking I'm about to rob them or whatever.
That's the beauty of New York, though. You can get away with that. People are going to, like, you're one of a million, and you're nowhere near as bad as the worst.
Yeah,
so
they're probably just shocked to see my dick wasn't out.
What, you have me ready. I'm pumped up now. Like,
it's fire. It's going to be fire. I put out a video today where I had Trey make a video like showing his like worst, like terrible cringeworthy moments, which is funny and stuff, but it actually helps him because now people have such low expectations that anything he says is going to sound like fire compared to this actual shit that I had him put out. Everyone thinks he's going to be garbage. He's going to be fine, but I just hope people see the like bad cringeworthy sides of him that I see, and people who don't know about him didn't know that shit until they saw this little video. So it's a different part of his world. He'll be better than that. Don't worry. It'll definitely be worth seeing. I want it to be the battle of the year. I want it to be a battle of the year, and I'm definitely going for that body bag.
What made you want to come out of retirement?
It's fun to me. It's just like it's like
gets the brain flowing.
It gets the brain flowing. You just do something else
concentrated
for your mind. Yeah, and it's also just content that I can completely control. and it's just all up to me, and it's just whether it's good or not, it's all up to me. There's no like no one says I can do this, says I can't do this. No one's like trying to take something out. No one's on the edit except for me. It's all just on my back. It's the performance on my back. It's on my shoulders, and I can either step up, fuck it up, or I can step up and put my fucking dick on the table and feed it to him in very thin fucking garlic-like slices.
Let's go.
And I choose the latter.
Let's fucking go. I mean, that I had one other question, which is just what battle do you get talked about most, like when you see battle rap fans or stoolies like out and about? Like
people love that fat dude battle when I went against
against
this dude Big T, because like you don't have to know anything to appreciate that battle, which is that's what my one concern about this is I don't want to make it too inside baseball where it's like you need to know this about this circumstance. And that's one of the things I don't appreciate about his writing style is you kind of have to have the full. You have to have seen everything he's ever seen. But at the same time, like some references will be obscure. Some will be easily accessible. So that's why the fat people shit plays. And with him, it's going to be like, it's going to be a different. But at the same time, like in 2018 or like fucking 2019, like the internet is way different than like the internet and battle rap were in like 2010, like, or even 2015. Like, I don't think I could have like a verse that was that mean about like fat people now. Like, I don't even think I could do something like that now because people. That cancel culture will come and get you. But I've taken things out of this battle because it's like I don't know if this would fly these days. And
it's super unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but I still I toe the line and then some.
Yeah, I think the fat one plays. That was actually the first video. I saw that someone had shown me that video like years. It was like I saw that video on its own, and then like 2 or 3 years later, like when it was like you came in, I think, and talked to Dave or whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah, I think I've seen this. Because it's just like, I think everyone, it's just easy to show, like, oh, like fat people, like, want to see a fat person get roasted. Or, like, I think it probably helps fat people, too, like, use it as motivation. Like, oh, shit, like, all right. Like,
did have people after that.
You need to hear that, like, and especially if it's not directly to you, it's like, all right, like, fuck.
Right. People would send me before and after pictures after that. And I, like, got it. I have multiple messages and, like, chains with people where I was, like, giving them like active encouragement, asking to see more pictures and shit like that. Like it was like that's obviously not what I intended at all, but it's also like a battle rap. Like he's allowed to say whatever he wants about me. He could say whatever he wants about me. He could say whatever he wants about me. It's a super like it's a privileged thing to be able to say that nothing offends me, but he also shares in that same privilege of being able to say that there's nothing inherently offensive to him. So I hope that
do you actually not get offended, or is it like you have to, like, you get it, like, I would still be mad, but it's also like that's part of the game. Like you know what I mean? It's like when you lose, like you're playing basketball, you get dunked on. Like no one wants to get dunked on, but shit happens.
But you
like,
don't want the
like
crowd to fucking go crazy. I'm more mad at the crowd. If he says something that's crazy and fucking I think it's crazy and it really hurts me, but the crowd doesn't fucking score it as a point and they don't go crazy, then it's like, well, it fucking didn't do anything. It was like pointless, and it's like there's no point in me getting offended about something when like in the greater scheme of things, like the crowd wasn't crazy over it. So I'm more of when I see those huge lines, it's like, oh, that hurts because he got one, and like, now I need to get one. I need to get a point. I need to get a score. I need to get a reaction.
Who are the judges? Is there like
no judges? It's a court of public opinion.
So the crowd?
They're not even going to say who do you think won this battle. It'll be over, and we'll both walk off stage.
Really? Is that how it usually happens? I don't.
It doesn't. In title matches, it doesn't happen like that. But I've only worked here since I was doing title matches, so you probably have only seen those type of battles. Like the other ones,
I watched the last one you did on like a phone drunk. I was on like a burner Periscope. I should have paid for it, but it was like I was just like, oh shit. Hilarious. The Periscope battle rap chat that was going on was so funny. Like just very, very like opinionated people being like, ooh, bars. Like the way like they were reacting to like shit that was being said was hilarious.
It's hilarious.
But that was like, I thought it was like boxing where it's like
in title matches,
yes.
but that's what I'm saying about these like promo matches. Like there's no judges. People don't trust the judges. Like, who's this judge? Like, why does he like this guy better than me? People take it personally when they take losses. They say they're not going to come back if like these judges, certain people judge them, and it's just like way more of a headache. They'll ask other battlers. Battlers would be like, I don't want to judge because you're judging between two people you know pretty well. So there's a lot of reasons why they don't judge this shit.
And
I think it's soft.
Where is the public opinion? Like, is there like a forum, or is it like
used to
basically
be
Twitter,
forums,
Instagram?
but then it's Twitter polls, but then it's like obviously like there's I have like a lot of Barstool fans, but maybe the Wild and Out fans. He has like more Instagram followers than me, so it's like maybe the Wild and Out fans will go crazy on there.
Chance.
But maybe I don't really see that, but I also see a lot of battle rap fans being like, look at these stupid fucking Barstool fans who think that they know about battle rap, and gatekeeping battle rap, being like, oh, it can't get bigger because like of this or that. It's like, well, don't you want battle rap to grow? But some people don't want shit to grow, and they want to gatekeep it and keep it for themselves.
Yeah, you're actually like ruining it by bringing eyeballs to it.
It's a fact.
Because those eyeballs don't know shit about battle rap.
It's a fact. It's hilarious, but I mean they're not thinking about that psychology of it. They just want their special. They want like, it's like if there was like a dude who came and was like talking about the NFL or whatever, and we're like, bro, you don't know shit about football or whatever. But it's like, who gives a fuck about that guy's opinion? It carries the same weight as yours. Like, you watch it for 1,000 hours of your life, and their opinions are the same weight.
Right. Well, I'm super excited.
KOTDTV.com. Catch that pay-per-view Sunday night. It's going to be a fucking big one. All I do is fucking practice. All I'm ever doing is thinking about it, and I'm fucking nervous right now like I'm about to have a fucking fight in grade school or some shit like that. It gets my fucking blood going.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing with Rough and Rowdy, like, that I enjoyed, that it didn't really feel that I feel like you're going through, is just like it's like it's just constant butterflies, but it's not butterflies. It's just like an underlying, like, you can't fast forward to Sunday, but like you're still excited as you're going to be Sunday. Like you want it to happen like right now.
Right, and I could do it right now too, which is crazy. I'm fucking ready right now to do it right now. I could do it right now. If he was here in front of me, I would do it for fucking we turn the mics off. Just do it right now in the room. But I can't wait. It's going to be a fucking, and then there's nothing better than that feeling when it's over. As soon as you're finished.
What time again?
It's I think Sunday afternoonish. It's going to be the full slate of battles, so it's like going to be towards the end of the card. But it should be up all day.
NFL football is interesting.
Fascinating. But hopefully the
2 screens. I mean, it's good. People can get it on their phone.
Get on the lappy. Yeah. Buy that thing on the laptop.
Hell
fucking set it up in front of your TV, and you'll be fine. And it's going to be equal entertainment. You watch both. It's also, you have it, if you buy the pay-per-view, you can watch it after the fact.
Oh,
you
shit.
can have the pay-per-view, like you can watch it for like weeks on end. It'll be at your fingertips. You can watch it the entire event anytime that you want. It'll be worth it. For sure it's going to be worth it. So make it a weekend out of it. Buy Rough and Rowdy on Friday night, and then buy the battle rap on Sunday night. Bang. Stay at home. Watch us dominate.
Hell yeah. All right. See everyone next week. See everyone in the chat on Sunday.
Hell yeah.